Hey Bougie Clique. Are you looking for a white man to save you? Are you exhausted from your relationships with men of your same race? Well, I want to tell you something that may hurt your feelings, but please hear me, it's not the men, it's you. I don't know you personally, but you most likely are a pick-me that let men run over you. But I am not here to shame you, because there is no shame in loving someone too much. It's just time that you love yourself. No one is coming to save you. You are going to have to get a backbone and some standards, and save yourself, because men will be men. That's why you have to be that bitch. Men will be men. The intriguing world of influencers and their personal lives. Let's dive into the drama surrounding Rose Miller, the force behind the Kween of Kings YouTube channel. Rose and Brett Miller, known from the Kween of Kings YouTube channel, have recently been in the spotlight due to some public drama. So, Rose Miller, part of the Kween of Kings duo, recently stirred up quite the tempest on Instagram Live. She decided to pull back the curtain on her family's opulent lifestyle, and guess what? The spotlight fell squarely on her husband, Brett. On July 28, 2024, Rose took to Instagram Live to reveal details about their relationship, claiming that she is the primary financial provider for their family, covering expenses like their house and Range Rover. Now, I can practically hear the collective gasp from the internet gallery. People were both intrigued, and a tad miffed, that Rose and Brett decided to air their marital laundry online. The collective outrage seemed to come from the fact that she talked bad about black men to uplift her white husband. Later, Rose clarified on their official Instagram account that she was inebriated during the livestream, which might have influenced her statements. Despite the controversy, the couple continues to share their lives with their followers on social media. And the moral of the story? Well, it's a classic one: handle your marriage problems offline, folks. It's a reminder of how public scrutiny can impact personal relationships, especially when details are shared online. Also, men will be men no matter what race they are. The idea that one race of men is inherently better to date or marry than another is a stereotype that can be harmful and misleading. People are individuals, and their qualities, values, and compatibility with you are not determined by their race. When it comes to relationships, it's more important to focus on qualities like respect. Does the person treat you with kindness and consideration? Communication. Can you both openly and honestly communicate with each other? Shared values. Do you have similar values and goals for the future? Support. Does the person support your ambitions and well-being? These factors are much more indicative of a healthy and fulfilling relationship than any racial or ethnic background. A lot of the interracial relationships portrayed online seem to be more about getting a rich man or disparaging black men than love. Most women I see telling black women to date out seem to think that white men are some sort of savior. I am a black woman who is married to a white man, and I can say we married for love. Is he different from my exes? Yes. Is he better than my exes? Yes. Is he different and better because he's white? No. If you are looking for Superman, you will not find him. However, if you are looking for a loving relationship with someone who you share the same values with no matter their race or bank account, then I guarantee you will find someone. But most of us will not get a rich man. Approximately 17% of all men find themselves in the coveted six-figure income bracket, while only 8.4% of women manage to do the same. Now, here's the plot twist. You'd think that with a six-figure salary, folks would be sipping piña coladas on a beach somewhere, right? Wrong. A whopping 45% of households earning over $100,000 are still juggling bills and living paycheck to paycheck. And guess what? Some of them have less than $1,000 in savings. So, while this sounds nice, it's not all rainbows and unicorns. That's why I urge being realistic and marrying someone you love and trust. Because in reality, a lot of these women online are lying. Most of these women don't even look like what a high-value man would want, and you know it. We know most broke, low-value men are delusional and aim high when it comes to women, so you know a high-value man is aiming even higher. Nevertheless, you can still live a soft life with a man who earns less than six figures if you live below your means, and not like some rapper's baby mama. You can still not pay bills, but you may have to work to get the luxuries you want. And honestly, most of us won't get a white man either. As of the most recent data, about 7% of white men in the United States are married to someone of a different race. But don't fret, there are other races of men. Certain behaviors or traits commonly associated with men can be observed across different cultures and ethnicities. Here are a few points to elaborate on this idea. Universal traits: some behaviors, such as competitiveness, protectiveness, or a desire for independence, are often seen as universal traits among men. These traits can be influenced by biological, psychological, and social factors. Cultural differences: while there are universal traits, cultural differences can shape how these traits are expressed. For example, the way men show affection or handle conflict can vary widely between cultures. Individual variability: it's important to remember that not all men will exhibit the same behaviors. Individual personality, upbringing, and personal experiences play a significant role in shaping a person's actions and attitudes. Stereotypes and expectations: gender stereotypes can influence how we perceive and expect men to behave. These stereotypes can sometimes reinforce certain behaviors, but they don't define every individual. Common challenges: men across different races and cultures may face similar challenges, such as societal expectations to be strong and stoic, which can impact their behavior and mental health. Ultimately, while there may be commonalities in behaviors among men, it's crucial to recognize and appreciate individual differences. Each person is unique, and their actions are shaped by a combination of factors beyond just their gender or race. Individual experiences and motivations can vary widely. Here are a few points to consider. Personal experiences: some women may have had negative experiences with partners of a certain race and may generalize those experiences. This can lead to a perception that partners from another race might treat them better. Social and cultural influences: media and societal narratives can sometimes create or reinforce stereotypes about relationships between different races. These narratives can influence how people perceive and portray their own relationships. Validation and acceptance: in some cases, individuals might feel more validated or accepted in relationships with partners from different racial backgrounds, especially if they have faced rejection or negative experiences within their own community. Perception versus reality: it's also possible that some people might exaggerate or misrepresent their experiences for various reasons, including seeking validation, attention, or fitting into certain social narratives. It's crucial to remember that these dynamics are not universal and can vary greatly from person to person. Generalizing about any group based on the actions or statements of a few individuals can lead to misunderstandings and reinforce stereotypes. The term dusty men is often used to describe men who are perceived as lacking ambition, responsibility, or respect in relationships. This concept isn't limited to any particular race or ethnicity, it can apply to individuals from all backgrounds. Here are a few points to consider. Behavior over background: the qualities that make someone dusty are more about their behavior and attitude than their race. Traits like irresponsibility, lack of ambition, or disrespect can be found in individuals of any race. Individual differences: it's important to remember that people are individuals. While some may exhibit dusty behaviors, others from the same background may be hardworking, respectful, and supportive partners. Cultural influences: cultural and societal factors can influence behavior, but they don't determine it. People can choose to rise above negative influences and strive to be better partners. Personal standards: focusing on personal standards and values when choosing a partner can help avoid dusty relationships. Look for qualities like respect, communication, shared values, and supportiveness. Ultimately, it's about finding someone who aligns with your values and treats you well, regardless of their race. Women and men might pretend to be happy in bad relationships for various reasons. Here are some common factors. Social pressure: society often places a high value on being in a relationship, and there can be pressure to appear happy and successful in one's personal life. This can lead individuals to maintain a facade of happiness. Fear of loneliness, the fear of being alone, can be a powerful motivator. Some people stay in unhappy relationships because they worry about the uncertainty and loneliness that might come with being single. Financial dependence, economic factors can play a significant role. If someone is financially dependent on their partner, they might feel trapped and unable to leave the relationship. Children, parents might stay in unhappy relationships for the sake of their children, believing that maintaining a two-parent household is better for their kids, even if the relationship is strained. Low self-esteem, individuals with low self-esteem might feel that they don't deserve better or that they won't find another partner. This can lead them to stay in unsatisfying relationships. Cultural or religious beliefs can also influence someone's decision to stay in a relationship. Some cultures or religions place a strong emphasis on marriage and discourage divorce. Avoiding change can be daunting, and the idea of starting over can be overwhelming. Some people prefer the familiarity of their current situation, even if it's not ideal. Pretending to be happy in a relationship can take a toll on one's emotional and physical health. It's important for individuals to recognize their own needs and seek support if they find themselves in an unhappy relationship. That's why it's best not to lie about your relationship, because keeping up a facade can be dangerous, especially if there is physical, emotional, financial, or verbal abuse happening in the relationship. I know sometimes certain situations can be embarrassing and most people are waiting for you to fail, but never lie to uphold an illusion. Some Black women may have had negative experiences with Black men and might believe that dating outside their race could offer a different, potentially more positive experience. This is not a universal truth, but rather a reflection of individual experiences. I say this all the time: if you have experienced bad relationships, it has more to do with you and what you accept than it does the other person. If we are being honest, the more a woman likes a man, the more she puts up with from him. That fact, coupled with the number of women that have low self-esteem and are downright pick-me's, you get people blaming and generalizing groups of people. Men only do what you allow, and that's every man. That's why you have to be wary when watching relationship content on social media, because you don't know what the person is leaving out or adding. Also, comparing your relationship to people you don't know personally can have negative impacts on both your individual well-being and the health of your relationship. Here are some key reasons why it might be detrimental. Unrealistic expectations. Social media often showcases idealized versions of relationships, leading to unrealistic expectations. People might compare their own relationships to these curated images and feel inadequate or dissatisfied. Jealousy and insecurity. Seeing posts about other people's relationships can fuel jealousy and insecurity. This can lead to unnecessary comparisons and doubts about one's own relationship. Privacy concerns. Sharing too much about your relationship online can lead to privacy issues. It can also invite unwanted opinions and interference from others, which can complicate relationship dynamics. Decreased quality time. Spending excessive time on social media can reduce the amount of quality time spent with your partner. This can lead to feelings of neglect and disconnection. Conflict and misunderstandings. Misinterpretations of posts, comments, or interactions on social media can lead to conflicts and misunderstandings. This can strain communication and trust between partners. Emotional impact. Constant exposure to social media can lead to emotional exhaustion, frustration, and depression. These negative emotions can spill over into your relationship, affecting your interactions and overall happiness. While social media can have positive aspects, such as staying connected with loved ones, it's important to set boundaries and prioritize face-to-face interactions to maintain a healthy relationship. What do you think? Are men mostly the same no matter what race they are? Let me know in the comment section. Stay bougie.